from Cairngormy here in County Donegal, and myself, my wife, and 3 kids were affected by mica. The story of mica is starting to get out now slowly. People down the country are starting to understand the trouble that we have here now at the minute. For us, it started, so we met, we got married in 2004, we had our kids, and dream was to build a home, have a family home for everybody. And got the house built 2006, moved in 2008. Our youngest Gavin was just born at the time, and everything was great, working away, everybody was happy. And 2014 we discovered that we had cracks outside our house, so further investigation showed obviously that it was mica. So we're now 2021, we're no further forward, we still have cracks. And our house is crumbling. It's at the stage now where it'll have to come to the ground, it'll have to be rebuilt, and we can't do it by ourselves, we need the government to help us.
Now when you say crumbling, like there's a lot of people misunderstand what you're actually saying here. It's not like there's little bits and pieces just, flaky bits off. Well, this is quite serious, how the nature of how badly damaged these houses get.
It is. It starts off as a little crack here and a little crack there, and then through time you notice that these cracks are interwebbing and you think something not right here. And then after a while these cracks start to open and open. Like myself and my wife have always said that we were lucky that our house isn't as bad as some people's. Some people's houses are a lot worse, and that's just through weathering and different things. But we're at the stage now where we're saying, our house is not as bad as some, but it's a lot worse than others. So we're kind of in the middle of it. We're no engineers, we're no experts, but we think we should have another maybe few years, 2-3 years on that home before we'd have to get out. Like cracks that were once hairline became size that you could get a €2 coin onto, then you can get it maybe your finger on. Like I can put my hand onto some of them now at this stage. I'm a plastered by trade, and I've spent a lot of time trying to fill these cracks to keep the water and the rain out and preserve the thing. And it's not helping.
How do you feel about the fact that you're fixing, but you have the right to have a home that's safe and without cracks?
Oh, we do. Everybody does. Like 2006, we started building our house. We never would have imagined that this was going to happen to us. And like my wife's very house proud. She keeps the house neat and tidy. Like, and I do the same. I do like doing a bit of gardening. Like people drive past our house and they look at the garden and think, how can you keep it to that standard when you look at what's happening? And I think for me it's a mental thing. If I stop tidying up outside and my wife stops tidying inside and you let it go, well, you're not going to take it back, and then you're going to sit then where you feel worthless and nothing's worth anything. And when you get into that situation, or taking on it as that when you get into that situation, there's no coming back from it, and that leads to mental health issues. It leads to anxiety. It leads to frustration in the home too. I'm very lucky that my wife and I, we get on very, very good. We have a great relationship, and she's the rock that I rely on because she's strong. She doesn't let it get to her. I try not to let it get to me. It does sometimes behind closed doors when you're on your own. You shed it here and you get angry and whatever. But family wise, it's tough. That we've worked so hard all our lives. We're only young, but we've worked hard all our lives so far to put a safe roof over our children's heads, and hopefully we were always planning that maybe after our day is something we could pass on to them that they could inherit or whatever. But to be honest, I'd hate to give it to them now. I definitely would. It's not worth it,
Yeah. And you were saying you're a plasterer.
Yeah.
It's not something you spotted or could have said, this is mica coming into my house, I'm building a house of mica.
No, the time we built our house, I always remember, like we got our blocks from the quarry we did, and I remember it was always said that the builders always said them blocks are a bit soft, but it was always a known thing that blocks would get harder through time. Well, these blocks never get harder, they just kept getting softer and softer. It's a simple case that I remember like 2 years ago, my daughter, she's at the age of teenage years now, and she wanted her room more reorganised, turned around the other way from what we had it. And I remember she wanted the TV, putting it up on the wall. And she said to me, "Would you hang the TV there?" I said, "What?" And the first thought was, "Geez, I need to get a Kango to put a plug there for power and the thing." And then I decided, "Sure, I have a hammer and chisel in the shed." And I spent maybe less than 10 minutes digging out a track and a box and the blocks in that house with my hands. And that's not right. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
The 100% gets through for you guys. And as you said, you've worked hard all your life. Do you feel that you have the energy to go again?
All we do, like, this is what we want, this is what we need. Like, you can't give up. Nobody can give up on this. We're going to get 100%. If it comes now at the end of September, that's great. And if it doesn't, we're going to fight through till we get it. We're not lying down no more. Like, we're way up here in the North Ireland, we're up here in the northwest in Donegal, and we've been forgotten about for too long, but not no more. This fight, if we have to keep fighting, we will. I'm not giving up. I know there's plenty of other people who won't give up, but if I have to fight it my own will. 100% redress will mean everything. It's the beginning of another long road, because I remember 2008 when we moved into our house. It was happy times, and we packed boxes the last time we went to our home, and the thought of having to do that again to move out is heartbreaking. It's tough, but we'll do it. We definitely will. We'll do it.
And if you can look into this camera here and just have a word to the government, what would you say?
What would I like to say? No, we deserve 100% redress. There's no reason why we shouldn't get it. Like, answer me this one question: is why are we different from anybody else? Why should we have to go to the streets of Dublin, the streets of Buncrana, the streets of Lifford to fight for this? Well, it's something we're entitled to. This isn't our fault. It isn't my fault. It's nobody else's fault.